Hello, welcome to another edition of smart-customs.com here on YouTube. What you're seeing here is my latest commission figure. He's a customized Kai Leng from Mass Effect 3. Not too many of these figures exist because they're not commercially available, so customizers like myself are the ones that can make these for collectors. This commission started as a Green Lantern figure, chosen because of his great facial expression and the ability for his body to be so customized because it's a skin-tight suit. What you'll see here is multicolored silver and gray armor. It's painted silver, gunmetal, and it's been washed and highlighted, but no wear. That was the client's request, was no wear or damage. He's also got black metallic on him, and he's over varnished with a satin finish. That was the other client's request, was that it have a satin finish, almost like you would see on an action figure coming out of a package in the store. A couple of special pieces on this guy. There's a lot of body molding, a lot of armor molding. Some of it was done with Avis Sculpt. Other parts were cut out of laminate sheets, so it makes a very stiff plastic material, cut into a template and bent around the body. His chest under his arm pieces, those are laminate, as are a lot of his rib plates on his front and back. Each of those plates has been split at the torso bend so that he can still rotate and bend and be fully articulated. The legs were extremely interesting with all the hoses and vein looks on them. Also, his skirting was a challenge because his legs can move outward on the joints, so the skirting material had to be flexible. It's actually a skirting from one of the stormtroopers from Star Wars, from Hasbro. It was cut into Kai Leng's skirting material and applied to just below the torso rotation point. The back has been redone to do all the game correct armor. His shoulder pieces, that was another challenge because in the game they're connected to the arm part of the shoulder. For an action figure to be able to rotate his arms up and rotate them forward and backward, that would snap those off. So that had to be attached differently, a little engineering on my part, and those shoulder pieces are in place. The head was a complete resculpt for hair and part of his face. The armor pieces from Kai Leng are quite notable there, and it is game correct. One thing about Avis Sculpt to keep in mind, it dries much slower and is much tackier than Avis Fix-It. That's something to keep in mind. It will adhere to the figure much better than the Fix-It, but the sculpt will also take your fingerprints and be able to be mashed if you were to try to work on two parts at the same time. If you touch the old parts that are still drying, they will reshape and take fingerprints. So a lot of drying time was involved in making this figure. As he spins around, you can see a lot of the painting details on him. He has a lot of rivets and screws and different highlighted areas. Even his arm tattoos are there. The skin is slightly darker because it has a covering on it as opposed to his face. The face has been deep shaded and given a lot of texturings, a little bit so you can see it from the shelf, but it gives him a great expression. The yellow highlights on his gloves, chest, and shoulders are also there, also the pieces on the back of his skirting. This was a real challenge and a lot of fun to put together. To see where it came from and to see where it is now, the client is thrilled, and that's the end result that I was looking for, and a true measure of a good custom figure. He's 6 inches, again from a Green Lantern figure, but now he is Kai Leng from Mass Effect 3. He is holding a sword that is game correct. It was reshaped and remade from a sword I have in my spare parts box. That spare parts box offers a lot of good ideas, but being able to make a sword like this without having to shape the entire thing saves a lot of time. So as he finishes the rotation here, you can see him a little bit better here. I'm going to zoom up a little bit so you can get a little closer look at some of his details. And you'll be able to see the photo shoot of him at smart-customs.com, where this video will be presented as well. Thanks for watching.